Welcome, and thank you for joining us for today's DealerOn webinar, 5 Steps to Creating Your Biggest Competitive Advantage. My name is Eliana Raggio, and I'll be your moderator today. And today's webinar is being presented by DealerOn. For anyone who isn't familiar with DealerOn, we're an award-winning website development company and digital agency best known for our amazing SEO, the best customer service, and the highest converting website designs in the industry, including the award-winning Chameleon responsive website platform. Hey, we just got back from NADA, where we were awarded the Driving Sales Dealer Satisfaction Award for the top-rated websites for an unprecedented 6th year in a row. We also took home the AWA Award for Best Websites, plus FCA announced that we're now an approved vendor. I know, it's a lot. We're still the only company in the industry that offers a money-back lead guarantee program. Hey, do you want to know more? Yeah, you do. You can check us out at DealerOn.com. Hey, Sean, if you could move the slide forward. You were supposed to move the slide forward.
I'm trying to. Doesn't move forward.
Did you try pushing enter?
I'm going to try push.
Enter or down?
1 second. Let's see here. We're almost there.
There you go. In the bottom left-hand corner. There we go. Thank you very much. So this is our About DealerOn slide. And I want to let you know, if you are a Chrysler dealer and you want to know more about our FCA website platform, you can go to DealerOn.com/webinar and sign up for any one of our upcoming FCA Chrysler webinars. All right, we'd love to have you on there and tell you all about the platform. Okay, also, DealerOn is going to be exhibiting and presenting at the upcoming Digital Dealer Convention, April 11th through the 13th in Tampa, Florida. So if you're going to be there, hey, stop by booth 411 and say hi. And also, check out the incredible speaking sessions by Greg Gifford and Sean Raines. I'm going to be there. I'd love to see you. Remember, it's booth 411. I hope to see you there. And we have a great show in store for you today. We're very pleased to have the one and only Sean Stapleton as our presenter today. Sean Stapleton is the CEO and co-founder of Dealer Teamwork, an award-winning company that creates a significant competitive advantage for dealers with their impressive lineup of first-class solutions. Sean's storied experience in the automotive industry, IMS, Who's Calling, VIN Solutions, coupled with his extraordinary leadership skills and successful track record, make him a revered consultant and an esteemed mentor to many. He's widely regarded as an extraordinary sales leader and is also admired for his fresh insights and brilliant contributions to several top automotive trade magazines. Sean is a popular speaker at numerous automotive events and a highly respected member of the automotive community, and he can be reached at Sean@DealerTeamwork.com. Hey, and you can catch up with Sean Stapleton and the rest of the Dealer Teamwork crew at these awesome upcoming automotive events. Now, during the presentation, if you have any questions, please use the question feature located on the corner of your screen to submit them. At the end of the presentation, we'll answer those questions of general interest. If we're unable to get to your question live, we're going to try to respond by email later today. And don't forget, a link to download a copy of this webinar recording will also be emailed to you later today for your reference. Please feel free to share it with your friends and colleagues. And guess what? Our good friends at Dealer Teamwork, they're giving away some amazing prizes today on the webinar. One of you lucky webinar attendees is going to win a Dealer Teamwork backpack. And 2 of you lucky webinar attendees are also going to win a Dealer Teamwork t-shirt. Awesome prizes, right? You have to be on the live broadcast to win it, though, so stay tuned. And who knows, you might be one of the people walking away with one of these amazing prizes today. Also, at the conclusion of this webinar, you're going to get a short survey. So fill it out. We're always looking for quality feedback from our audience. We want to know what you thought of today's presentation. Hey, do you tweet much? We hope you do. We'd love to see what you have to say about today's presentation, so tag us in it. You can use hashtag DealerOnWebby. I'm at Eliana Raggio. You can also hit up Sean Stapleton at SStapes. We look forward to seeing what you're saying. All right, let's get started. Let's learn 5 steps to creating your biggest competitive advantage. Sean Stapleton, I can't believe I finally got you on my show. How are you, sir?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. I'm humbled and honored to be here.
The pleasure is all mine, let me tell you. And you picked a very provocative title for your webinar topic today. I like it. And I already see you have your objectives up there. So why don't you just go right ahead, tell the audience all the kinds of awesomeness we're going to be learning about in this next hour.
We're going to talk about a couple things. We're going to really try to keep things really basic. I think some of the things that we've done recently has gotten a little too complicated. So I'm a real basic person, so I'd like to keep it real basic. We're going to hit some just real basic objectives. How do you prepare your website for quality conversion? How do we merchandise and personalize the products you sell? How do we market to your customers the way they understand it and want to be marketed to? And then most importantly, how do we create a relevant mobile-first strategy, and why is that so important? And then building a fast and easy marketing process. These are all pretty critical. And then we're going to have some fun with some giveaways, and then we'll have a lot of fun with some questions and answers. We don't have all the answers, but together I think we can learn quite a bit today.
Sounds great. Let's do this.
Okay. Should we start with a poll question?
I don't see why not. All right, audience, we have 3 great poll questions for you. The first one is on your screen now. We'd love it if you take part in our poll questions. It always helps us out, helps the presenter out, and it lets us know what's happening around the country and in your dealership. All right, so here we go. First question. Which best describes your process of marketing your vehicles and their current offers? Please select one of the following answers. That the specials are automatically updated showing our aged vehicles. We take OEM offers, then we create banners and upload those to our website. We use an agency or a third-party consultant who handles it all for us. We have a process, but I can't get into it, I can't describe it. Or the last answer, we actually don't really have a process and it really doesn't get done. So once we get a majority of the votes in, we're going to close this poll and share the results. Look at my awesome audience. These votes are coming in fast and furious. I love it. Thank you so much, audience. Votes are still coming in. And I want to also tell the audience, if during Sean's presentation you come up with a question, hey, send it in. No reason to hold on to the question till the end. Send in that question. Love to get to your questions. We're looking forward to a really nice, robust Q&A session. All right?
How are the questions? How are the answers coming in? Are they funny?
Well, right now they're voting, but we do have a couple people who wrote in, and I will get to those as I give away the results from the poll question. All right, Sean, if you're ready, I'm going to close this poll and share the results. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Go ahead. I'm excited about this.
All right, audience, thank you so much for your votes. We really appreciate it. All right. Let's see what the audience said. 12% of today's audience say that they take their specials are automatically updated showing our aged vehicles. 36%, however, that's the majority of today's audience, 36%, said we take OEM offers, create banners, and then put those on our website. 18% of today's audience say that an agency or a third-party consultant handles it for them. 30% of today's audience say that they have a process, but quite honestly, they can't really describe it. And then 3% of today's audience say they don't have a process and they admit it just doesn't get done. Now, while we have those answers, we also had Julie who wrote in and says, we take OEM offers, we make banners, we upload them to the website, as well as we use special tools to make our own vehicle, like demo vehicle specials. Julie, thank you so much for that comment. And then AJ wrote in, he says, I use dealer teamwork, and how we do it isn't in there. So we have that happening for us. Okay, Sean, any response to all of these answers that came in from our audience? Is this what you were expecting to see?
It's very exactly what we were expecting. There's a lot of variety to this, right? The biggest thing we have to understand is really what are people looking for and what they're trying to understand. Its relevance. Are you using the most important data that's available out there to your advantage? It doesn't surprise me that most people don't have a patented or a bulletproof process, if you will, but that's disturbing because what we're going to show today is how relevant this information can be. By providing people what they're looking for gives you a significant competitive advantage. The OEMs are changing their incentives, their specials, their offers all the time. How are people going to keep up? How do people know about it? It's not an easy task, so it's one of the things we're going to talk about to make it a competitive advantage for you.
I agree. All right, Sean, I know you have a lot to get to. Let's do this.
All right, let's just start with the first one. Preparing your website for quality conversions. It really starts with starting with quality traffic. To get quality, website conversions, you need quality traffic. First of all, not all traffic is good traffic. Let's be honest with that. And secondly, some traffic actually hurts you, whether it's, traffic that's not really quality traffic or traffic that's the consumer's not expecting that result, and so ultimately they bounce. Really how you get quality traffic is by giving relevance, right? If you really, really want relevant traffic, it's about the more relevant and precise the original search is, the more relevant and precise your response needs to be, the more relevant and precise where you land your traffic needs to be. It's really not that difficult. We're going to keep it really, really basic. Let's start with a couple of these examples, right? The Tier 1. Tier 1 today does an excellent job with understanding its customers. If you think about most Tier 1 advertising, what are they promoting? Model-specific prices, leases, offers, incentives, model trim-specific features, right? So look at the screen right now. Here's an example of a Tier 1 offer. $179 a month, 36-month lease, $25.79 down on a 27 Nissan Rogue. Okay, so how do we generate and get great quality traffic? By understanding how to relate to the customer. So let's start. Since most people, more than 85% of people, are going to use a search engine, and when I refer to search engines, primarily I'm talking about Google and Bing, right? Let's talk about relevance. So if I type this in, Nissan Rogue lease deal, if I just saw that beautiful Tier 1 ad, it caught my attention. I'm looking for a $179. My family and I can afford that. So I immediately see that Tier 1 ad, and I jump right on my mobile device or my laptop, and I type in Nissan Rogue lease. Let's talk about the type of traffic we're looking for. Look at the first offers, okay? 17 Nissan Rogue, official Nissan site. That's not really answering the question. It's talking about technology and value. But what was the primary point of that ad? What was the primary thing? It was the price point. Look at, let me ask a question. Has anybody bought a car before without knowing the monthly price? Most people haven't, right? Most people are financing vehicles. Matter of fact, 87% of all vehicles are financed, right? So if this is true, and that's the main objective of the marketing point, why don't we make sure we are using that marketing strong point to drive quality traffic? There's only one paid search offer that's even relative to the Tier 1 ad, and it happens to be another Tier 1 ad. If you look at different things like here on this page in front of me, you're not seeing what you're hoping to see. Where was the 179 month? Look at the bottom, for example, 2016 Rogue, okay, 18,888. I don't understand how that's relevant, right? I don't think it really is. So look at this. Don't go the way of the 1978 El Camino. If you're not relevant, you're not going to get any traffic, right? Without marketing, you're outdated. I mean, this doesn't make any sense to me.
By the way, my husband loves that car. He told me so many times he wants to get that car. I think that car is ugly.
I even saw something recently. They're thinking about bringing him back.
No way.
Right? So think about this for a second, right? How do you generate really quality traffic and quality conversions? By answering the consumer's question, right? The secret to SEO. I learned this from Sean and all the gang out there. It's very simple. Serve the goals of the researcher. Serve the goal of what they're searching for. Deliver the experience of what they need and want. The more relevant and precise you can answer their question, the more relevant and precise and the better traffic and the lower cost per click. It's very simple. Honestly, it is. Remember, Google and search engines are not advertising companies. They're data companies. So they're trying to use the words you're typing in a search box, Ford, Explorer, Lease, to understand relevance, right? There's 2 trillion pages, and there's 2 types of pages. There's paid search and there's organic. Well, what they're doing is they're trying to help you understand relevance, right? Search engines are about one thing, intent and relevance, right? So are you giving search engines the right information so you can be relevant? Search engines are trying to predict what you want and need. It's trying to make the shopping experience easy, friendly, and fast. Remember, again, Google is not an advertising company. It's a data company. So it's constantly watching what's happening with search and what the traffic is doing and what their experience is once they get there, right? So if you really want to make sure that you have high quality conversions. Start with high quality traffic. Let me explain another one for you. Just think about this. Eliana, if we typed in Chrysler 300 lease deals, what do you think we're looking for?
I'm going to say how to lease a Chrysler 300.
Bingo. You couldn't have been more right. So let's look at a couple of examples. These are paid search examples, right? People are paying a lot of money to generate this traffic. Is the first one answer that question? No. Does the second one, the official Mazda USI site? Hey, great, I love Mazda trying to come in and compare their products to a Chrysler 300, but it's not really relevant, particularly this particular query, which is about a lease, right? That's very specific what they're looking for. I consider this yucky advertising. Remember, I got kids, so I got crazy words like yucky, right? Look at the next one, TrueCar, right? These guys get it. Third-party providers understand it. Using transactional data, the elements and the offers that make up a transaction is what people are searching for. I remember the first time my wife and I went to get a mortgage. It was $149,000. That was $150,000 more than we had. Did I really care about the $150,000? No. What was my question? How much is that per month?
Right.
Guess what? That's how most Americans are shopping for cars. So if you really want to generate high quality conversions, answer the question and serve the needs of the customer. Check this one out. Toyota Camry price. Again, Eliana, you're a rock star. What do you think we're looking for, or what is the consumer looking for if they type this in? The word Toyota Camry price.
I think they're looking for how much a Toyota Camry might cost them.
How simple is that? Then why is it so confusing? I don't understand this. Remember, I'm a very basic person, so I'm going to keep a real basic approach. Look at the first ad. You have a Tier 1 ad talking about the Toyota Camry prices and the different availability. Well, if they wanted that ad to be more relevant and get more clicks, why don't they just answer the question, how much a Toyota Camry price would be? Okay? Look at the second one, 2017 Toyota Camry. Okay? Completely a yucky, wasteful ad. Why is it so yucky and wasteful? It's not relevant. It's got good placement, right? It's an expensive ad. It's got a phone number, but it didn't answer the question. We know exactly this. The more clicks, right, it takes to get to the information, the higher the abandon rate. If you want to understand how people work, people are lazy. They're looking for the best information the easiest possible way. Look at the next offer down. St. Charles, okay? No phone number, no address. Discover deals. What deals? I mean, it looks like you're closed to me. It's not answering the question. Guess what? I'm going to move past that. The next question I have on this is, where would be landing the traffic? You know, when you think about paid search and organic or TV or newspaper, radio, any type of marketing, you've got to think beyond just the first click. How do I create relevant traffic? By answering the question. And then when they land on your website, where do they go? What do they see? What do you want them to do? What are you allowing them to do? Let me give you a perfect example of something that's done really poorly. Someone would click on a paid search ad that says, I'd like to lease a Nissan Rogue for $170 a month or whatever it might be. And then you land me on a home page or a BDP that has the weirdest number in the world, which is called MSRP. Nobody knows what an MSRP is. Why was the ad relevant? Because of a price point. So where did you disconnect and lose the trust? None of these ad examples in front of me are relevant to the initial search query. Does that make sense? It should. It's really not that hard. Okay? Let's keep going. A lot of these things will tie together, right? Merchandising and personalize the products you sell. Merchandise and personalize the products you sell the way your customers want to find, buy, and understand them. So look at this. This is an old school tactic. This is a hangover effect from the newspaper, television, and radio days. This is not search engine friendly. What do I mean? Pictures don't convert. Pictures don't work for SEO, SEM. The only thing pictures like this do on your website is make you and your manager feel good. Heck, they're probably not even compliant. There's no call to action. It doesn't help support your messaging, right? Search engines don't even know these offers exist. Look, if I went to the auction and I bought 50 beautiful Slightly used Chrysler, Dodge, Ram products. Who knows you have them? This is not going to tell the world you have them available to buy, is it? It's not. Again, this is not the right way to do it. The right way to do it is prepare your inventory to be found the way consumers are searching today. And the majority of people are using search engines. Look, we know NADA tells us consumers are only going to between 1.2 and 1.6 dealerships before they buy. So is it fair to say that a lot of the purchase decisions being made in the cloud before they get there? So is it almost fair to say that your website is the new, showroom? Well, then that means you've got to be able to give the consumers what they want the way they want. The modern customer is different. They're much smarter. They have a lot more data. They're in a lot more control. Guess what? A lot of them use the web for anonymity, so they can go find the data without having to be embarrassed. Are you serving the data up the way they want and giving them the opportunity to convert?
Wait a minute, Sean. Wait, I got to back you up on this. Okay. That last picture you showed, that was somebody's website? I thought you were showing us that's somebody's website?
We see a lot of this, unfortunately.
No, come on.
Yeah. And then you go to the URL and it'll say something like special newspaper ad or special/special. I know right now Sean Rains and Greg are pulling their hair out. You guys, DealerOn's been preaching on this for years. You guys do an excellent job. Today we're not here to sell anything. We're here to educate people on how they can convert their traffic. Cheaper, better, stronger, faster. This is not a good example. Why? It's not search engine friendly. Pictures aren't search engine friendly. SEO, SEM is the key, right, of the new form of marketing. Some things have recently happened. Paid search revenues have exceeded television, newspaper, and radio. It's the new trend. It's where everyone's going. Everyone's connected to the web, right? We're just a node on a network. So let's make sure we're serving up the data the way our customers are looking to understand and buy. It's not that hard. This is not a good example. Let's keep going. This is a dead-end example. What do I mean by this? It's a low user engagement. If they did come to your website, if they did find it, where would this go? If I click on this 229, will that take me to that exact model of a 2017 Jeep Latitude 4x4? Or will it send me to a VDP page that has 15 different Jeeps and you have no idea which Jeep actually qualifies for a 229 offer? Heck, I don't even know what the call to action is on this. I don't even know what the CTA is. It's not even responsive. It's not Google friendly. It's not search engine friendly. It doesn't even have video. This is an F-. This is really yucky. Would you agree?
I can't believe this is online. You're killing me with this.
And it's upsetting because we're spending lots of money to do things wrong. I ask dealers a lot, are you buying products and services that are good for you or good for your vendor? Check this out. How are you standing out? Many of you know I helped create one of a great company called VIN Solutions. Well, many CRMs in the past simply took your oldest 40 vehicles in inventory and made them a special. Look, you know what's special? Anything you're selling or services you're offering. This doesn't stand out. This doesn't scream, I'm here to help you. This is very confusing to the consumer, especially when we know most people are buying on a monthly payment. So what the heck does our price, $17,499, mean to me and my family per month? It doesn't. It doesn't translate. These are very low conversions. It has minimal tracking. The reason why I know people aren't looking at this stuff is it doesn't work. It only makes the person in the store feel good. Make sense? Check this out. So look at this. If I typed in Jeep Wrangler lease price, what am I looking for? The lease price. So look at these ads. Which is the only ad here that's serving the relevance? Which is the only one that's going to help me convert my traffic? Well, if this is my ad, my 2017 Jeep Wrangler, I got an APR, I got a lease, I got a save, I got a buy, and then I take this and I land this on a smart, dynamic, responsive page that has the same information, the same reason why I clicked on it. Why is this ad relevant? It's answering the question of the initial search. lease for $159. If you land this traffic on a home page, that's horrible. If you land this on a VDP that's got an MSRP, that's horrible. That's old school. I mean, that's 1987, right? That's back. It doesn't make any sense. Look, third-party lead providers and other people have realized if you want really good traffic, answer the questions with the information they're looking for, transactional data. Unfortunately, the Jeep lease offer, second from the bottom and the bottom, they're not relevant at all. Yes, they have placement. Yes, they are on the first page, but no one's clicking on them. You know why? It says, look, check out our lease deals. Just tell me what they are. And by the way, how would I reach this person? There's no phone number or address. Yucky. So here's what we would do, and I'm recommending to all of our listeners today. Take all of your website information and traffic and try to buy a vehicle from yourself, right? What do I mean by that? Where do you land your traffic? Where do you want your customers to go and see? How about build a smart dynamic landing page that is attached directly to the URL itself so we can increase your domain authority? It will do these things for you no matter what anybody tells you. It will increase your engagement. It will improve your SEO. It will improve your conversion. It will reduce the cost of doing business. Look, smart, responsive, dynamic landing pages convert at 46% more. Why? Because you're helping the consumer with the information they're looking for. You could answer the question about this Jetta and the different options and the different price points and the different availabilities and the differences between a 16 and a 17 and the different models. It's smart. You're serving the needs of the consumer, right? Check this out. Let's talk about how to drive more organic traffic. This is super important. Organic traffic is the best traffic you can get. How would you like to be competing against this BMW dealer? Because they've done the things right, right? They built their site right. They didn't do microsites. They're driving as much traffic back to their home site, their actual URL. Look what starts to happen. They dominate the whole page. The next people are not even on the first page anymore.
Wow.
Organic gets 66% of the clicks. It increases the conversions. Remember, you can't buy organic. Organic is earned by doing the right things right. The good news about organic is it takes a while to go away, right? Once you build that authority, you own that market. Dealers need to focus a lot more on a synergistic approach of paid search and organic. Paid search supercharges your organic sites, right? It brings the relevance. And if it's high quality, good content on that page with good calls to action, guess what? People are going to spend time on that site. And the search engines are going to see it and reward you with more traffic and better placement. Make sense? So with that, let's go into another poll question. I know we're moving pretty quick, so let's keep everybody excited. Let me hear one.
Let's do it. All right, our second poll question is on the screen now. Audience, I know it's a lot of words on the screen, but we really need your help to nail this one down. Here we go. What are the biggest problems with your current vehicle marketing, merchandising, and optimization process? Now for this one, you can select all that apply. So it doesn't have to be just one answer. So we want to know, do you feel it's slow and can't create or edit campaigns in real time? Do you feel that your current marketing, merchandising, and optimization process doesn't publish offers to paid search? You have no idea how it performs for you? Maybe it's not responsive, or it's not mobile friendly, or is it all of the above? Once we get a majority of the votes in, we're going to close this poll and share the results. So we want to know, what are your biggest problems with your current vehicle marketing, merchandising, and optimization process? Now, this is our second poll question. We have one more poll question coming at you in a little bit. And Sean, I want you to know we already got some really great questions from the audience already. So this is wonderful. Audience, I love your questions. Keep them rolling in. Looking forward to seeing more of your questions for the great Sean Stapleton. All right. Tim wrote, how about none of the above? Well, thanks, Tim. I don't know what to put for that. Maybe we should have put that. What are your biggest problems? You don't have a big problem, Tim? No big problems? All right, votes are still coming in. Audience, you're killing it. I love it. All right, what are the biggest problems with your current vehicle marketing, merchandising, and optimization process? It's slow. It can't create or edit campaigns in real time. It doesn't publish the offers to paid search. You don't know how it performs. You don't know if it's working for you or not working for you. It's not responsive or mobile friendly, or maybe one or both. Or you know what? It's all of the above. Tim says, none of the above, performing great with DealerOn. Aw, Tim, how sweet of you. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Sean, if you're ready, we already have almost everyone voting on this. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what the audience had to say. Audience, thank you so much for your votes. Here's the results. The majority, 45% of today's audience, say their current process is slow and it can't create or edit campaigns in real time. That's almost half. That's a lot, right?
You know what's really bad about that, Eliana, is the way that marketing is going. The OEMs are leaning on these incentives more and more, so they're asking our dealers to change things more often. There are more model-specific offers than ever before, right? There are more disclaimers and gadgets and whatever you need, right? So it must be fast and easy process, or it's not going to get done. For those of us that have worked at stores or been involved in stores, we know that unless it's fast and easy, it's never going to keep going, right? We need to be real time. We need to be at the speed of the consumer. We need to be able to change our prices and our offers in real time. Think about day trading cars. Most of us don't understand that we don't build the cars. We just merchandise and sell them and the services. So we must be able to track things, or we can't measure it. If we can't measure it, we can't manage it, right? We have to be mobile. Why? 70% of car details are now being searched on a mobile device. So you must be responsive and dynamic. You must be mobile friendly. If you're not, Google can't even index the pages as well as they could be. So it has to be all the above. It is not fair anymore for us not to be in control of our marketing. It is not set and forget. We must be able to control the message, the content, the offers, and the pricing in real time. People are living in a real-time world today, and setting something up for the first 3-4 days of the month and leaving it all month does not make sense. Secondly, I see all the time. I go onto a web page, the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, and the website says offers coming soon or no current offers available. I just got done watching football on Sunday or whatever, and I watched Tier 1 ads all over the TV showing a monthly price point, right? Guess what? The OEMs spend a lot of money researching and building cars and products and services that people want. They spend a lot of time to understand what price points they need to be. Why do we disconnect between what the Tier 1 offers are and what the Tier 3 is? There's a major problem. The reason is because it's hard, it's not easy, it's expensive. Well, that's changed today. Modern technology puts the dealer in control of their content, their messaging, their pricing, and their pricing should be in the paid search and the organic pages to increase your relevance, reducing your cost per click, and driving and converting much higher traffic. Make sense?
Definitely. And Michael wrote in, he's like, oh, Sean, preach it. How true about the OEMs changing offers? All right. I just want you to know about a third of today's audience say they don't like that it doesn't publish offers to paid search. Another third said they have no idea how it performs for them. 8% says their process is not responsive or mobile friendly. And 18%, they claim all of the above. So it looks like there's some definite pain points out there in Autoland. Sean, are you going to teach us how to fix this?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about some of this stuff. Let's talk about the things that we don't want to do right now, right? Number one, I agree with everyone that answered the poll. It's not easy to begin with, right? Let's start with a couple of the biggest mistakes I'm seeing. I see a lot of people are driving traffic to microsites. The reason why people are using microsites is they can't manage the original URL or the actual site can't support it. Our friends at DealerOn have no problems with this. What this tells me is you're starting with a bad structure, right? It must be a good, up-to-date platform that is responsive and dynamic. You must be able to add your dynamic, responsive, model-specific pages that are built correct from the URL and title tags all the way down. You've got to do the things that search engines tell you to do to increase your conversion. It's really not hard. Just follow the rules, right? Look at this example I have in front of you. A lot of people today drive their paid search to microsites. Well, those same exact dealers should not be surprised when they have no organics. Microsites are like splitting your resources in half, right? It's like managing two sites. The only reason why microsites exist, in my opinion, is because they couldn't do it the right way, so this is the only way the vendor could do it. This doesn't make sense. It's cannibalizing your primary site. It is not helping with your domain authority. It is not helping reinforce your URL. It is not helping you with a long-term, cost-effective strategy. There are some good things. They tend to be quite trackable. You can move content around, but guess what? Move to a modern technology, right? Look at this. How many of us go to a website and the first thing you see is a coupon like this that pops up? I have a daughter that's 17 going on 35, I swear, right? When we did some car searching and did a bunch of looking for cars for her for college, you know what happened when this coupon popped up on a website? She turned to me and said, "Dad, does this mean that they marked their cars up $500 and they feel bad? Because I haven't even picked a car yet to buy or try, and they're already telling me to take $500 off." You know what's even funnier?
That's funny. Have you been telling her that's what dealers do, or did she just come up with that on her own?
Smart dealers are not doing this. This ruins the trust. Literally, we call this a jewelry store sale, right? Mark it up 500% to take $400 off. It doesn't make sense. What type of message is this conveying to your consumer? Take $500 off a new or used purchase. Doesn't this ultimately mean I've marked my cars up $500 more than I feel good and I'm guilty? Also understand, there are new rules coming in on these search engines. They're going to start penalizing for inappropriate pop-ups that cover up too much content. You've really got to start paying attention. Good digital marketing, good SEO, good SEM is doing lots of little things right. Lots of little things right equal big results. So this is an example of not doing it right. A microsite is an old concept, an old technology. It just means the vendor has no ability to update and manage the content on your current URL. Okay? Let's talk about how to create even more relevance. Look, email. Email is an awesome way of getting your message, your offers, etc. out. It's a very strong ROI. If you want emails to work really well, personalize them. Personalization increases conversion. Email transactional data, right? Put the actual information they're looking into it, right? Look at only 21% of emails include the sale and payment information. Way, way, way back when we created VIN Solutions 7 years ago, one of the first things we did in our CRM was be able to respond to the leads with the prices of the cars and the offers right in it. Yet I'm so surprised dealers haven't figured that out. Look at this. This is a mobile-friendly app, a good CTA, and look what it includes. It includes the prices and information that the consumer was searching for. The problem, again, is if I submit a lead on a vehicle on a $359 price point and you land me on a page that talks about only an MSRP, I get very confused or disconnected. Or worse, you break my trust. People feel like it's switching and baiting. Does that make sense? I think that there's a better way to do it, right? So let's talk about the next element here. Market to your customers the way they want and understand. This is so simple because I see a lot of people that are marketing the way their vendor wants them to, right? Or the way that they feel best, right? Let's have a little fun with this. Look, today's customers use multiple devices. We've got to market to customers to the devices they use. You must optimize for all forms of marketing, not just the ones you like and want. Does that make sense? So check it out.
I'm going to start answering.
Yeah, please. Look at this. Look, not all devices are right. Here's our brother Jay and Eric. Love these guys. But I'm telling you, even these two sexy guys didn't look good in sexy Google glasses. I don't think anybody did. But even worse, not all of us know how to use the technology, right? So let's make sure that we're honoring and supporting the technology our customers want. We need to serve the information up the way they want and they buy. If we make it hard on them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to find an easier way to get their information, the offers, the way they're looking for it. Look, I'm not the most technical savvy person in the world. I'll admit that, right? I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'll admit that. I'm a good listener. But if you start to look at consumer behavior, it's changing quickly. Consumers are in charge. They're mobile. They're attached. They're live. Their information's at their fingertips. We must serve up the information they want in the form they want. It's very simple. Look there's our brother James. James went and took Marketing 101. You can tell he's got the kid and the dog. Great job, James. Great, excellent job. You know what this also is? A video. Video drives conversion at tremendous rates, right? Video does all kinds of things that we all are looking for. Time on site, better messaging, better information, better data retention, all of those type things. So let's go to another poll question. You got one for us, Leon?
Yes, sir. Last poll question of the day is on your screen now, audience. You've been doing so good with the other poll questions. I expect more amazing results from you right now. All right. Where are you landing your relevant paid search traffic to? And is it easy for them to engage? So please select one of the following answers. Are you taking that relevant paid search traffic and landing them on your homepage? Are you sending them to your SRPs? Are you taking them directly to your VDPs? Do you have them going to a generic landing page that doesn't do much at all? Or a different page not on our primary domain? For instance, do you take them to a microsite? All right, once we get a majority of the votes in, we're going to close this poll and share the results. I think people are thinking about it. I think maybe they're going right now and testing it out and seeing where it lands.
That's smart. That's what I would do.
Let's do that. All right. So if you need a couple seconds to go and Google it. And okay, Michael says, how about none of the above? Michael, where are you sending your relevant paid search traffic to? Oh, David wrote in, we have them going to multiple places depending on the ad itself. Barry says, how about landing them on a form on the site? And David wrote back in, he says, not to microsites, though. We have them going to multiple places depending on the ad itself, but not to a microsite, though. Michael, I still don't know where you're sending them. How about none of the above? Where would you send your relevant paid search traffic to? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's find out what the rest of the audience thought. Sean, are you ready? I give you this chance so you can like grab a drink, because I know you're doing a lot of talking. So okay, real fast. Michael did write and he says he sends them to a specific landing page for that paid ad.
That's smart, as long as it's on his original domain authority, right? Because the higher your domain authority is, the more likely you are to earn a higher search engine ranking and to receive more and better traffic. It's very secular. It's got to work together. If you're sending people off your site, that's never good for you short-term or long-term, no matter what any person tries to convince you.
Now, Michael did write back and he says, I learned that trick from Sean years ago. Hey, I see you, Michael. All right, hold on. Let's close this poll and let's share these results. All right, 26%, so a quarter or so of today's audience, say they take their relevant paid search traffic and send them to the homepage. 34%, so that would be the majority, say they send that traffic to the SRPs. 29% say they think VDPs is the right place to send it. Only 9% say they send it to a generic landing page. It doesn't really do much at all. And 3% say they send it to a different page, not on our primary domain, like a microsite. Now, we did have a number of people who wrote in some other things, like Julie, who says we land them on a landing page we created from our website custom templates. And Aurora says we have unique landing pages with relevant information. So we have, it looks like we didn't cover all the bases on our answers over here. We do have some people that are doing some other stuff. So Sean, I know you just hit on it very, very briefly, but why don't you tell these good folks what the right answer is and why these other answers may not be the right one for them?
I will. So what was the intent or what was the purpose of the original ad? most paid search is model specific, trim specific, price specific. So if that's what caught your attention, you need to land them on a page that continues that information and continues to support that offer. Let me give you an example. Again, remember, think back to the original Rogue, $179. If I clicked and landed that on the home page, where are the Rogues? Are you going to require the customer to go search on your website, to go to new cars, to then Rogues, to then 2017, to then maybe the Rogue S, to again get an MSRP price? We all know the more clicks, the lower the conversion. So it's very simple. What's the primary message of your marketing is simple. The primary marketing of your message is use the information that they're finding is relevant. Put that same relevant information on a model-specific, trim-specific landing page. It could have all the trims of that Rogue on there. It could show the difference between a 16 and a 17. It show the difference between the different classes or levels of Rogues. Why? Look, if you're out there buying a car, let's pretend we're looking at let's move away from Nissan. Let's talk about like a Ford Escape. There are multiple versions of a Ford Escape, right? We all know the titanium and the base model are not the same MSRP. So they're not going to have the same monthly price, the same finance price, the same lease price, the same savings. So let's not try to kid ourselves with that. That's going to cause the consumer to have it's not going to be a good feeling. It's not going to be a good experience. The proper way to do this, to reduce your bounce rate, increase your quality site on time, is very simple. Answer the question, provide the consumer the most relevant information specifically to what they're looking for. So I like relevant, model-specific, dynamic responsive, mobile-friendly websites that have the landing pages built in specifically for that make, model, and trim, or trims that are available. I like to have a video on it. Why? Video helps with conversion. Do you know that if you put video on a landing page, Google and other search engines will rank it higher than pages without search engine, without video? Why? YouTube's is the second largest search engine out there, right? Video works. So why not include video on your landing page? Make sense? It's pretty simple. Include a strong call to action. Make it easy for the fewest number of clicks to identify why they clicked on your ad, answer the question, and make sure you don't create a disconnect. A disconnect would be a home page. A VDP doesn't make any sense. What happens if my heart was set on a black Rogue and the VDP I landed on was a white one? Are you going to use paid search as a navigational element? That doesn't make sense. Look, you can see in Google Analytics when people are driving traffic to the wrong spots on websites, they get huge bounce rates. There are many companies out there that have bounce rates in the 90+% range. It's not because the vendor's not driving good traffic. It means they're driving traffic to the wrong location. I hope people understand that. It's not that hard. Go to Google, find one of your products or services you're selling, click on it. Where is that traffic going? What do you want your consumer to see? What do you want your consumer to do? What are you allowing them to do with the fewest number of clicks and mostly from a mobile device? Make sense? Let's talk about leveraging your transactional data. This is some of the most critical stuff that most people are not taking advantage of today. What is transactional data? Transactional data is the actual information, the data it takes to acquire this product or service. Okay, check this out. Look at these ads and offers. This will tie it all together. So if I was looking for a Jeep Grand Cherokee, okay, one of the most important things about buying a vehicle is which model do I want and need? Can I afford it? Do you have it? Is it a fair deal? I didn't even say a great deal. So people always get concerned. Well, I don't know if I want to put my pricing on the web. If you don't put your pricing on the web, how can people buy it? One of the silliest things I've ever seen is people literally saying, call for price. You might as well just change that to, I'm not really interested in selling it. Oh, I'll give you an example.
I hate that. Funny. Can I just tell you, Sean, that is one thing that I cannot stand, call for price. That just means they just really don't care about enough.
They have no idea what they're doing.
They're
very lazy and they have no idea. There's no stat in the world that can prove that converts better. They're completely wrong, even on exotics. Okay, so I was in Mexico with my daughter, right, my youngest daughter, Ella, about 4.5 years ago, and we were shopping, and we walked up to one of these carts, and the guy handed her this little doll that she fell in love with. And he said, "Do you like it?" She goes, "Yes." And the first thing she said is, "Dad, how much is it?" And the guy says, "Well, what are you willing to pay for it?" She looked at me like, "How funny is that? Why are you asking me? Why don't you just tell me what you're looking to sell it for? So I understand, can I afford it? Do I want it? Is it worth it?" Why are you trying to switch it the other way around? It doesn't make sense to a modern consumer. Whether you're buying a clock, a car, a pizza, a cell phone, how much does it cost? How is it going to play in my, can I afford it? Does it make sense? You've got to serve the information up that people are looking for. This is not that hard. Check it out. This would be your paid search, relevant and responsive dynamic with the information. When they click on it, it would go to a model-specific, trim-specific offers. Check this out. Why did we do this way? Offers, right? Different variations, lots of variability. Let the consumer decide which is best for them. Look at that page with 3 different offers on it. Why? There are 3 different MSRPs. We all know those vehicles cost differently. So don't try to fake it out to a consumer. They're way too smart. If you do this right, your conversion will skyrocket. Your time on site will skyrocket. Your CTAs will skyrocket. By doing the right things right, the search engine will reward you with what? More traffic, better listings, less cost. It's not that hard. I think people make it way too confusing. Let's just keep it really basic.
Now, AJ wrote in, he says he thinks that maybe dealerships that do that are so scared that the competitor will have a lower price that they just don't answer the search's questions. I don't know what the reason is. I just know I'm a consumer. I've never worked in a dealership. I've always said that. But as a consumer, there's nothing that really pisses somebody off more than knowing that you're in shopping mode and you're looking and you're trying to do research and you're trying to figure out where to buy from, and you don't have all the information at your fingertips because price is pretty much the one piece of information that every consumer looks for. So
yes. Again, I would ask you this. Have you ever bought a car without knowing what the monthly price is?
Never.
Most people haven't, right?
No one does.
It doesn't matter if it's cars, airline tickets, mortgages, jewelry. The auto industry is so far behind many other industries, right? There's a lot of silly fallacies that are running around out there. If you really want good marketing, just be responsive and relevant. Just help the consumer with what they're looking for, right? Whether it's an airline ticket or whatever, the first question is price. How do you distinguish between one and another? Price. You said it earlier beautifully. It's not only the shopping phase, the buying phase, it's all phases. Look, there are multiple versions of a Challenger, right? Like the one on the thing, the picture right in front of you. Why not show the different variations, the different price points, and let the consumer decide what's best for them? Why not show the different opportunities with the transactional data to let it stand out on what's best for them? Give them choices. Let them be in control. Make it easier for them to understand what works for them and their family best. It's not that hard. So look at this. Look at these pages that are built. Why are they built this way? They're built this way to drive higher conversion, lower bounce rates, and lower cost of doing business. All used cars are unique. All new cars, you need to describe the make, the model, the trim, and the features and offers so people can understand what makes sense for them. And what they're looking for are the payments, the APR, matching the user intent. Simply show the buyers what they're looking for as easy and fast as possible. Or they're going to go to a different website, right, and get that information from somebody else. The dealer that's not pricing their cars online is not confident in how they're selling it. It's a dealer that's not connected to their consumer. If they're really worried about the dealer down the road, remember on price, price is not the number one element people are looking for. It's very important, But look, have you ever bought a car from someone that you didn't trust or really like? If the price was really low at the store and they had a bad reputation, how are you going to feel? Are you going to start to doubt that price? Yes. So it's all tying all these things together. It's really not that hard. Just go buy a car for yourself and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Creating a relevant mobile strategy. This is probably the most important thing we have to start understanding. Why? Mobile is king of everything. The search engines are not even going to be ranking on desktop traffic much longer. They're indexing only on mobile. Why? Mobile is the game. Mobile is where everything's going. Do you believe it's going to become even more important? I do. I believe that mobile is the king of everything. We're all nodes on a network. Remember, I already told you, 70% of car details are now being searched on a mobile device, right? It's something like 60-some% of all emails now are being opened on a mobile device. So if your emails are not mobile ready, if they're not mobile prepared for success, it's not going to be a good shopping and buying experience. People are going to leave, right? So how do you create a relevant mobile strategy? It's pretty simple. Start with understanding mobile rules with conversions. Average smartphone conversions are up 64% in just the past 2 years and growing by leaps and bounds. By 2019, mobile advertising as a percentage will be 72%, if not even higher. Why do I say that? Because every time we talk about where mobile is going to be, a year later we've surpassed it. 40% of mobile searches have a local intent. These are really, really high quality, easily converting customers. Remember, in service, many people type oil change near me, tire services near me. So that means your website, your offers, everything must work together synergistically, be able to answer those questions for a mobile consumer, right? 50%, 58% more character space on the new text ads. Look, this is critical because the bigger your ad, the more likely you are to bump somebody else off the first page. The bigger the ad, the more the content, the higher the click-through rate. I can tell you from experience, when the new extended text ads went live, people had to start to watch their budgets differently than before. Why? The new extended text ads get more clicks. Why? Because they're answering the question the consumers are looking for. We're making the shopping experience better, easier, and faster. It shouldn't be complicated to people. Any questions on that, Eliana?
I got news for you. We're already at the top of the hour. You have so many questions in the queue, so you better pick up the pace, pal.
I'm going to pick it up really quick.
Here.
Remember, you can look at this stuff on a mobile device, right? This is what your ads would look like. Please make sure when you're looking at your ads and your offers, don't forget to look at mobile. I would tell everybody on this call, write this down. All marketing should be mobile first, desktop second. All forms of marketing should be mobile first, desktop second. And remember, if you can't find it easily on your phone and convert on your phone, it's probably not going to convert, right? Let's keep going. Look at mobile video drives traffic. Mobile video influences shoppers, right? It improves your time on site. People remember more information. It just works so much better. So let's talk about some of the resources that are out there available for some of the things that I've just talked about today, because we gave a lot of information. And we try to do it at a very, very basic level, right? Because I'm not here to talk to anybody and kind of give people a hard time. I'm trying to educate. So here are some of the suggested resources if you found what we're talking about really interesting. Google AdWords and Ad Preview is an excellent way to see how relevant your offers, your ads, your landing pages, and your organics are. This is a free tool that Google offers you. Simply go to Google AdWords Ad Preview, change it to the city location you're at, and type in lease a Toyota Camry or a Ford F-150 or whatever, and see what your offers look like. Go look at these different things on your Chrome browsers. Go look at our blogs on our website. Go look at Google Semantic Search. Semantic Search is the future of search. It's what are people thinking. Make sense?
Yes.
So let's talk about some action items I hope everybody does today, right? Please, this makes it so easy. Try to buy your own products or services from yourself. Remember, depends on the OEM and the offers, etc. But at least 85 to 90% of consumers are starting with a search engine. So you might as well try to influence at the highest percentage possible, right? If you're not optimized for search engines, you're not optimized for anything. Who knows you have these services and offers, okay? Go try to buy a product and service yourself. If it's hard for you or yucky, it's hard for them. Please confirm where you're sending your SEO, SEM traffic, right? Make sure your descriptive page titles are correct. Your primary and secondary CTAs and videos are used and in good places. Make sure you have phone tracking. Use your Google Analytics, right? Measure the traffic. The very first thing you will see is if you are landing your paid search or your organic traffic in the wrong spot, you're going to see a higher than average bounce rate. You're going to see a shorter on-time site than you should. You're going to see the problems with your data instantly, okay? No microsites or frame-ins or images or pictures or widgets. Come on, this is 2017. Don't go backwards in technology. Again, are you buying technology that's good for you as a car dealer or good for the vendor you're buying it from? Do you realize that any website provider that is not responsive and dynamic is penalizing your ability to do business? This is why I love DealerOn. They are progressive, they are constantly innovating, and they are constantly looking at the data to make their stuff better, just like us. DealerOn is responsive, is dynamic, and is one of the highest converting platforms out there, right? So dealers should pay attention. Some vendors are hurting your ability to be successful. I won't talk about them. Inspect your website navigation. Remove things that are distracting or unnecessary. Get rid of your bloat, your navigational bloat. Make sure you're not hanging lots of pop-ups or coupons that don't make sense or really bad calls to action that are slowing your speed down on your site. Add Google Tag Manager. Start tracking your engagements. Why? If you can't measure it, you can't monitor it, you can't manage it, right? It's very simple. This is expensive stuff. Let's not waste it. Really, this is smart. Just don't be so wasteful with your marketing anymore, okay? That makes sense? I hope it did. I hope today people learned a bit about this stuff because it's really not that hard to understand.
Ah, wow, that was an incredible presentation. Are you kidding? I think a lot of it made sense. Audience, if you agree, let me know. So we have amazing questions from the audience, but before we do that, audience, now, Sean, you did a lot of talking, all right? Go get yourself something to drink. Let me talk. Good job, Stapes. Let me talk to the audience for a little bit. All right, audience. I know it's after the top of the hour, but we got some great questions. You're definitely going to want to stick around for that. Also, yes, we're going to be giving away prizes in just a second. Before we do that, I want to direct your attention over to the handouts section of the GoToWebinar interface. You're going to find 3 awesome handouts for you. Yes, one of them will be Sean's slide deck that you just saw. So if you'd like the information that you saw, hey, you can download that up until the very end of this broadcast. So go into the handouts section, look for handouts. There's a little plus sign next to it. Click on it and it opens up 3 handouts in there. So Sean's deck is one of them. There's also a handout in there about dealer teamwork and why they got started. So the background information on why Sean decided, hey, it's time. Dealer teamwork, this is my jam. All right. So you want to download that. And the third one is how to build relevant automotive marketing in 2017. I mean, that one probably deserves a mic drop because that is just everything that you guys came here for. So remember, it's in the handouts section of your GoToWebinar interface. You have until the very end of this broadcast to get those for yourself. Sean, let's put on our webcams and give away some prizes. Hi, everyone.
Awesome. Let me go ahead and hit this little button right here.
Yeah. Well, while you're doing that, let me talk to the audience. It's that time. If you missed it at the beginning of the webinar, well, I announced that our good friends over at Dealer Teamwork. That's perfect.
How are you?
That's awesome. For those of you listening to the recording of this, I am laughing because Sean came and turned on his webcam, and he had a who was that?
Glasses and mustache.
Glasses.
It was my costume.
Mustache, yes. He was wearing glasses and mustache. He looked perfect, absolutely perfect. So Sean doesn't wear glasses or a mustache. Okay, so
No.
our good friends at Dealer Team, we're giving away some amazing prizes today. We're going to give away the 2 t-shirts first and then give away the backpack, all right? So get to your keyboards, everyone. We're looking forward to giving these away. The questions are not actually very easy, so hopefully you guys took great, that's it, Groucho Marx. Thank you. I couldn't think of it. Questions weren't easy, so hopefully you guys were paying attention and took some great notes, all right? Vendors, we love you, but these prizes are intended for dealership personnel only, so we're going to ask you to kindly sit this one out, and don't worry, you're always welcome on a DealerOn webinar with me, my friends. All right, so let's go. You ready, everyone? Good luck. First question is for a t-shirt, a Dealer Teamwork t-shirt. Here we go. According to Experian, what percentage of U.S.-based vehicles are financed? Now, that could be traditional finance or leases. Oh, of course he won. Brad Pascal, last chance to win a DealerOn webinar prize, nails it with 87%. Congratulations, Brad.
Great job, Brad. Congratulations on your move.
Brad Pascal. For those of you who don't know, Brad is with Street Auto Group, and he's going to be making a move to the vendor side soon, so this is his last chance to win a prize, and he usually wins them. He's pretty fast with his fingers, so don't worry. It's the last time you could possibly win it. Okay, here we go. Congratulations, Brad. You're awesome. All right, here we go. Next question, again, for another t-shirt. This one is a little harder, so let's see if you guys are paying attention. How much larger or more text space are Google's new expanded text ads, or ETAs? By how much percentage, how much larger, more text space do you have with those new expanded text ads? Nope, no one got it right yet. Nope. Oh, somebody got it right. No, Brad. Brad, no.
Yeah.
You can't have it, Brad. But Kayla Rath, you, my friend, are winner. You and Brad were the only 2 who got the answer right. It was 58%. So congratulations, Kayla Rath, making it official, writing your name down on my page. Kayla, tell me again what dealership you're from, my friend. For everyone else, yes, it was 58%. Rath Auto Resources. All right. I like that. All right.
And remember, if it's 58% bigger, that means there's less opportunity for people that are doing wrong to make the first page. You're pushing them off the first page. So it's really important that you do these right, because placement's critical, because people aren't going 2 and 3 pages deep.
Right. Now, Kayla, don't forget to send me your mailing address so we can get that t-shirt out to you. Okay, audience, last question to win something cool today. We're giving away a Dealer Teamwork backpack. I asked him if I could have one too, and he said, nope, it's the last one. Only got one. So, darn it. Here we go, everyone. Good luck. This is not an easy question. Hopefully you guys are listening. Here we go. Now, according to Sean, what's the best way to structure your landing pages to maximize their SEO value? What is the best way to structure your landing pages to maximize their SEO value? Video, add video, smart dynamic, using local address, transactional data, answer question. Oh, this one might be it. Smart, responsive, dynamic landing pages with video with price. Do we like that?
Bam!
I like that answer. Tamara Swats nailed it. She even put the
Great job.
there. How cool was that? Oh, Tamara, good job. That was awesome. Tamara, let me know what dealership you're from. And also send me your mailing address. All of those prizes are going to be coming at you directly from our good friends over at Dealer Teamwork. I got to get them your mailing information, though. And congratulations to Brad Pascal and Kayla Rath on your new Dealer Teamwork t-shirts, and Tamara Swatz, who won the Dealer Teamwork backpack. Congratulations. Tamara still hasn't
They're
written.
nice ones, too. They're not the cheap ones, I promise. They're nice. You'll like it a lot.
That's it. She's with Legacy Toyota. I knew that. All right. Tamara, congratulations. She's over in Tallahassee, Florida. Okay. So thank you, everyone, for playing along. I know. We had 3 cool prizes today, and there's a lot more of you than just 3 of you. A lot more. So, but you know what? It's cool. It's cool. We give away cool prizes every week. So come on back to another DealerOn webinar, and who knows? That could be your lucky day to win a cool prize on a DealerOn webinar. For right now, we're going to congratulate Brad, Tamara, and Kayla. And of course, we got to thank our good friends over at Dealer Teamwork for their incredible generosity. All right, well, now that the fun has concluded, we still have some more awesomeness to get to. So, Sean, I need you to keep your answers as brief as possible because we have a lot of questions to get to, and a lot of people need your help, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go, everyone. I'm going to go all the way up to the top. So the first question comes in from Michael. He says, Sean, I A/B tested this and found ranges, lease or retail payment, got more quality traffic and clicks. Your thoughts?
I like price ranges. It shows availability. It's similar to what we do on our landing pages where we show multiple trim offers. Because your point, if you like I said earlier, the Ford Escape, you have an S, SE, 4-wheel drive, front-wheel drive, titanium. They're all different price vehicles, different MSRPs. So that's similar to a price range, right? The only thing I would say is make sure when you do price ranges, you keep it model trim specific, because at the end of the day, they still want to know, can I afford it? Which one fits my budget and my needs the best?
Thank you so much. We're going to have some more questions from Michael in a little bit, so you hang in there. All right, next question comes in from Brad. He says, how is the new text extension for Google AdWords working for you guys?
It's incredible. Like I said, the craziest thing we saw was the minute we activated them that we had to be very careful on how budgets were being done because the click-through rates skyrocketed. We saw a significant jump the minute they went live. They're more relevant. They answer more questions. They have more content. It's more specific. It was a game changer. So please try it out. Call us if you have any questions. You will see a better conversion when you put more relevant information in.
I love it. Hey, thank you so much for the great question, Brad. Sean, if you wouldn't mind, can we go to the next slide so people can have your contact information? And audience, don't forget, get those handouts downloaded before the end of this show. All right, next question comes in from AJ. He says, are people searching for used vehicles on payments?
Of course they are.
You'd be surprised what they're researching on.
You're gonna see a really big new trend coming out, which is leasing used vehicles, right? Why? Because new vehicles are getting more and more expensive than ever before. So yes, I mean, give people choices and options. I mean, this is why OEMs have certified pre-owned programs, right? So remember, it's about what fits the budget. Cars are getting really, really expensive. Monthly payments are some of the highest they've ever been, right? Well, you got to be able to sell vehicles and products the way people can afford to buy them. So used cars are about what? About telling a story and still being able to afford it.
So that's a yes. All right, AJ, thank you so much. I always love hearing from you. All right, next question comes in from Maria. Maria, I always wanted a song named after me. Okay, Maria, she says, if we update our website regularly, will that hurt us short-term on SRPs? I'm sorry, on SERPs? I'm sorry, on SERPs because of how Google and other search engines qualify your pages?
No, it's the opposite. If you are changing your website with relative content that people are looking for, the bots are going to come crawl up more often. As long as you're doing the right things right, nothing silly, it'll help you tremendously. How do I know this? We see when we work with great vendors like DealerOn and Dealer Teamwork together, we see our organic pages ranking faster than other people's because the structure, the content, and the information. And then when the consumers are getting to those pages, they're interacting with those pages longer than any other thing. Why? Because you're answering the question and giving them the information they're looking for. It's the opposite. That's why we provide our dealers real-time HTML controls of their content, their offers, their videos, their pictures, everything. The consumer literally can day trade their cars live.
Damn. All right, Maria, thank you. Great question. Keep them coming. All right, next question comes in from David. He says, would Sean recommend having your SEO and SEM with the same company for this very reason? So you had talked earlier, not just about transparency, but about making sure that everything was talking to each other and, you know, that your online footprint is matching. And so, what would you think? SEO and SEM with the same company?
It helps, but it's not required. You know, we work with people that use two different vendors, and as long as they're good vendors, as long as the vendor intent is to help the consumer, not just help themselves, you're going to be fine. For example, other agencies and things like that could point their page search to your smart, dynamic, responsive landing pages with good CTAs and video and relevant content. Right? There are vendors that can work together. I'm extremely proud, for example, of our relationship with DealerOn, whether it be for support, for setting up, or just a competitive advantage. This combination is wickedly successful. I only became successful in life when I realized what I wasn't good at. So dealer teamwork is very, very focused on a small niche, but the niche that we're good at, we're simply the best. So the things we're not good at, we work with people that are much better, you know, and DealerOn's a great example of that.
You're making me blush with all these nice things you're saying about us. Thank you so much. All right, David, you got a follow-up question? Oh, David wrote in. He said thanks. All right. Let's see. George has the next question. He says, can you give me your definition of microsites?
Yeah, a microsite to me is a site that's not originally on the same URL, right? So you'll see a lot of like SeanStapletonFord.com. It'll be SeanStapletonFordOffers.com or offers at Sean Stapleton Ford. It's not the same site. So it requires duplicate content. It requires two sets of AdWords. It requires two sets of search. It's twice the work. It's basically you're dividing your resources, which should be applied to one site to two or three. Look, I understand. I've been doing this a long time. I mean, even go back to my Who's Calling days. I track conversion. I don't know if many people know this, but my dad was one of the original people that created the AC Nielsen rating systems.
What?
He sold it to Arkansas in 1976, John Stapleton, right? So my family's been learning to convert data since day one. So it's not that I pretend to know this stuff. I have to live it. You know, again, I'm not smart. I just look at stats and data. If you look at it really carefully, it's like Moneyball. It tells you exactly how to be successful. The problem is there's a lot of bad data. And I think a lot of vendors out there try to make it confusing because it's part of their sales tactic. Look, dealer teamwork is about one thing. It's about making digital marketing easy to understand and use, and in that order. Whether you work with us or anybody else, it doesn't matter. The more you learn and know, the better you can perform.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, George. Kayla has a follow-up question. She says, well, we use different URLs, but they all point to the same site. Is that okay?
Give me an example. So URL, yeah, I mean, if I'm understanding her correctly, it could say, you know, Wolf Motors Ford F-150 lease and deal and buy offers. Absolutely. That's fine. What I don't want, though, is I don't want to physically be going to a secondary website that is not connected.
Okay, so
right?
it has to be the same domain name.
Correct.
All right. So we have
You know right away by going and look at the URL. If the URL is not attached, it's not. Microsites they have very unique elements, but driving an organic paid search SEO SM is not a good way of doing it.
Right. She says we have wrathautoresources.com. We also have wrathauto.com, but they all land on the same page. That's
yeah,
good.
That's fine.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Shorter the better.
Great job. That's not the problem. I mean, again, I'll just ask the question, why don't you want your consumers on your website? Why don't you want all your traffic going to the same spot? I mean, I don't understand why people don't get this. It makes no sense.
I know. Okay, we still got some more questions to get to, all right? Thank you so much for that. All right, let's go to this one from Michael. And AJ, kind of at the same time they wrote in, Michael says pop-ups are illegal in the state of Illinois on websites. And then AJ said, penalties for pop-ups? So we're not a fan of pop-ups. Is that it?
Well, pop-ups, you know, Pop-ups many times pop-ups are not as helpful as you think. I understand when certain behaviors occur to create a pop-up to try to help people, but pop-ups at the wrong time, covering up too much content, doesn't work and will be penalized. I mean, go look it up. Google's talking about search engines. Many of these pop-ups, like $500 off coupon, $200 coupons off, before a consumer's even picked the product, what is that message it's really conveying? Isn't that shattering the trust that I'm pricing my cars open, honestly, and directly? I mean, think about it. Let's not even talk about the car business. I'm going to go buy a big screen TV, and the first thing that happens when I get to big screen TVs is $100 off. What is that really saying to your consumer? Doesn't it say, I overpriced my TVs?
I raised the price $100, and now I'm going to give you a $100 coupon so that you think you're getting a better deal. But I think
consumers are smart.
We're pretty smart.
And search engines are smart. Come on.
Okay, got it. Oh, I see, AJ. I hear you. Okay, so thank you so much for the questions about pop-ups. Okay, Michael wanted to talk about, you were talking about how when you have a page, a landing page or anything like that, and you put a video on it, how it gets ranked much higher and the search engines like it a lot more. And he says, and if you host it on YouTube, you score goes even higher.
Yes.
Then follow up from Michael as well. He says, okay, Sean, how about some baseline numbers on time on site and bounce rates?
So let's talk about a couple things for a second. Time on site, bounce rates. What type of search is it? What are they looking for? What are the products and services? Because there are things that people don't understand, right? Let me give you an example. If I specifically have decided on a brand new F-150 Raptor, I'm a pickup truck, people know me well, I love my pickups, right? So if I'm looking for a price point and I go to your page search and it's perfect and it answers my question instantly, and I land on a smart, dynamic, responsive page that says literally your new 2017 Raptor will be $650 a month, how much time do I really need to spend on that site? You answered my question really well. What I will tell you about mobile and about time on site is about what type of consumer is going there. Are they in the shopping phase, the buying phase, the research phase, etc.? But I do know this is absolute. About 2 days ago, a good buddy of my partner, Dan Mondello, he sent me the brand new Raptor video. It was a Hennessy Raptor video, and they showed all these new performance elements on it. I loved it. I spent hours looking for content. The only page I could find that had the relevant information was the Hennessy site. I spent an hour on that site. I went to about 6 or 8 of my dealer friends. There was no relevant content specific to what I was looking for. It wasn't their fault, but there was nothing there to keep me on the site. So what we see, if we use Google Analytics, we can see the things people are looking for, and we can see the things that if consumers can engage and research and learn, they're going to spend more time on site, they're going to convert at higher traffic levels, they're going to bounce less, they're going to have a better experience. And what do we know when that stuff all comes together? That quality score goes up, which means and tells search engines, you should provide me a higher rating so more consumers can see my page, because it's exactly your job. Search engines' jobs is to understand relevant and intent. The better they do that, the more they get used, the more money they make.
Boom. All right. You got that, Michael? He says, okay. All right. Well, since we're on that subject, let me get to this question from Kayla. She says, we are currently not using video. I know, right? She says, we have in the past, but it was very bland and boring stock video that was just painful to watch. Do you have a specific vendor or a way to use videos? Should it be a walk-around video by a salesperson, or should it be something from a professional service?
I love that she asked this question, because it's not what you think. The videos that we see converting the highest are not the perfect videos. They are relevant, specific, ad-lib videos. Go look at Rick Reichert, go look at Mel Hamilton Ford, go look at James Klaus Old Store, right? These guys knocked it out of the park. They shot their videos with their iPhones. The perfect video is less than a minute. It's usually less than 30 seconds. Hi, this is Sean Stapleton. I'm standing in front of 2017 Ford F-150. Buy it today for X, lease it, etc. It's on sale until Y, right? Even the outtakes themselves sometimes have the highest click-through rates. We had a dealer up in Canada that did some great Christmas specials. All he did is put a Santa suit on. The video on the offer on the left had a video. The offer on the right had the same offer, but had a rotator or a still picture. We saw between 20 and 200 times more conversion and more engagement on a video. People love video. People retain the data. They spend more time on your site. They remember it. It's better to understand the content. It conveys emotion, color, options, sound. It just engages consumers better. Just think about yourself. Would you rather read something about it or watch a video? Most people like the videos, right? So let me answer that. I don't think you need professional video. Yes, we like to repurpose tier 1 videos and offers and ads. I think it's great if I'm a BMW dealer to take my BMW tier 1 commercial and stick it on my M3 website, right? But remember, also standing in front of the car shows it's on the ground, shows it's live, shows it's there. It will drive much higher conversion. Most people don't do video because they think they have to be perfect. Don't. Experiment. Play with it. Split test it. Even if there's a mistake, that's probably going to get even more clicks.
Now, by the way, Kayla wrote in, perfect answer, thanks. And Josh said, who are the examples of the dealerships that you said were doing videos well?
I like Rick Reichert in Ohio. I think he does an amazing job. Go look at Rick Reichert. Go look at any of his cars. I love, he does a bunch of them. Mel Hambleton Ford. I'm trying to give different people from all over the country that have done this. They do a great job. And by the way, we're not just talking new and used. What about fixed ops? What about people that don't know, like my daughter? She has no idea how to change a tire. God bless her that she doesn't get a flat tire.
Okay, even I know how to change a tire. Come on now.
Yeah. Right? But why not have a video? Why not repurpose the tier 1 stuff? Why aluminum was used on the new F-150, for example. Why tire pressure is important. Why mileage intervals are important. Why to go to a certified technician. You know what I mean? Video works. Why get your oil change at a certified Ford store versus go to somebody else, right? Video works for new, for used, for service, for branding. It even works on social media. So just keep remembering that. And it's not about having to be professional TV quality. It's about conveying the message. Is the car in stock? What's the price? Is it on the ground? Can I buy it now? Make it human. People love it. I laugh when people go, well, I don't want to do video on my used car because they might see there's a scratch. Well, what do you think? They're buying a car with 60,000 miles on it. It's going to have a scratch or ding. It's not new. So don't pretend to hide the stuff.
They're going to see it when they come and see the car. But I will say this, Sean, everything that you said about the importance of video and how well it converts was exactly the same message that Kelly McNerney, the wonderful Kelly McNerney from Google, said on a previous webinar with me where she talked about how to use YouTube and how to use your videos and how they can really help you, not just with your SEO, but really help you convert and get more people into your showroom. And she said they had a dealership, they did an AP test. They took one, it was TV quality. They hired a crew to come in, they had a professional speaker and everything. And she showed us that video. And then she showed a video of just a guy at a dealership talking about how cool the car is, doing a walk around saying, look, this is what I discovered about this car. Look, I think a lot of you out there are going to like this. It wasn't even close. Close.
No, it's not.
No.
And remember a couple things. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Mm-hmm. Who owns YouTube? Google. Right? There's a synergistic relationship there. I don't know about you, but I'm not here to insult or challenge Google. I'm here to just follow the rules to maximize my conversion and lower my cost. Sometimes it's not about challenging authority. Sometimes it's about trying new things and following the rules.
Excellent. Okay, we still have 3 more questions left, so you have one last chance to get those handouts downloaded before we close out this show. All right, let's get to this question from Christopher. He says, how do we make a page just like that one with multiple offers. With DealerOn, quad offers. That was exactly what he wrote. I don't know which page he was referring to.
Give us a call. We'll give you a bunch of suggestions. You can go to go to our website. We have a gallery that Eric Milch has put together. I don't know if people realize this, but one of my partners and one of the fellow founders, Eric, owns 4 independent dealerships. So a lot of the things that we do, we physically test. Most of us have been addicted to the car business our whole life. Most of us, this isn't our first stint. So a lot of this comes from trial and error, friends, listening, 20 groups, great consultants, David Kane's, Brian Pash's, Jim Ziegler's, Mark Tuitt's. I mean, these are great people.
Yeah.
A lot of these people we reached out to for years to learn this stuff. I've learned a lot about SEO and SEM from Sean and your team and Greg. I love this stuff. I constantly am trying to learn. You know why? It's changing at light speed. So the things that worked a year ago or 2 years ago doesn't necessarily work today. And don't be afraid to test new things. Experiment, right? Just make sure you can measure it and you're going to be just great. But video is a requirement. Smart dynamic landing pages that give good quality content, options, and choices make sense. If you want to see some of the stuff, just give us a call. We'll help show you how to do it. We'll explain how you can do it, and we'll explain the vendors that we work with really well together. But obviously, you can tell I'm pretty biased towards some of the newer website platforms. I love DealerOn, for example. I love a bunch of these other new vendors out there that are not afraid to try new things. And remember, there are platforms out there that will physically hurt your business if you use them. I'm not going to name names because that's not my job, but just go look in Google Analytics. You'll see it in seconds.
Excellent. Hey, follow-up question from Christopher, by the way. He wants to know, is Dealer Teamwork a plugin for DealerOn? Do we manage that from our DealerOn CMS?
Today, Dealer Teamwork is an add-on, right, that we stick on. We have a smart, dynamic, responsive platform that you can update and manage your HTML in real time. I don't know of anybody in the world that's actually built the platform the way we do. We didn't want to build websites. We wanted to work with the best website providers. Instead of owning the building, we just wanted to decorate the rooms, if that makes sense, right? What we wanted to do is we wanted to enhance the things that were out there. Look, it's not fair to say you need to change your website platform or this or that. A lot of the platforms are good. The problem is, in my opinion, that dealers want to be in control of their opportunities, their offers, and their content. Our relationship with DealerOn allows dealers to do that. Real-time edits, real-time changes, real-time tracking, whether it's paid search. I hope you understand, if you do this correctly, you can put model-specific, trim-specific pricing in your paid search. When we do it at Dealer Teamwork, we build 153 variations of every paid search offer for every new car. You know what we do for used? 40 versions of every VIN-specific paid search is built automatically using the tool. We hook that together with a great website provider, and you got awesome conversion at a lower cost per click.
Wow, that's impressive. All right. Okay, we just have a couple more. We got to close out the show. We're way over time. Bill, you've been very patient with me, sir. So he says, I understand price isn't the only factor, and maybe not even the top one, but with consumers only visiting about 1.6 dealerships or so, you really want them to have them visit you first. And they probably do that because of price. I will say this, as a consumer shopping for a car, yes, price is important, but actually having the car is actually pretty important too. So if you have the car, and I'm sure you have the car, and another dealership may have a car in a different color, maybe it is a little bit less. I'll go to the one that has the car with the color that I want before I go to the one that has the price. Same thing with shoes. Same with shoes.
I agree with him. But let's go back to the original searches we showed at the very beginning. Which ads were the most relevant to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I didn't even ask you for the best price.
No, you're right. If somebody is searching for price, you got to share the price. Because if you don't give them the price, you're not even in the running. It's like hoping you win the lottery without buying the ticket. You can't do it.
I have a lot of friends that buy dealerships for a living. They literally go to websites and look for dealers that say, call for price. They literally are using that as a key performance indicator of a dealer that's not doing well financially.
Ow.
How silly is that?
Oh.
They literally are looking for old school behaviors, right, that people are generationally too far behind, and they realize I'm going to have a really good shot at buying that company cheap because they cannot be converting like everybody else. The world has changed. We're not selling cars like Model T Fords, right? The world has changed, and it's changing faster. The next generation buys, shops, and looks for services differently than we did even in my era, right? Reviews matter. Videos matter. Other people's opinions matter. Speed matters. Trust matters. And easy to buy. So when you put all of that together, what do we call that? We call that a modern shopper.
I agree. Shopper reviews, you have the car. The price isn't the first thing. I mean, look, if it's $7,000 difference, then price would be an issue. And by the way, Bill wrote in, he says, oh, we've got the car all right. And we do list our price, by the way. Bill, you got nothing to worry about. You got a great buy. You got good reviews from other customers. Dude, you must be raking in the dough. All right.
Bill, do you put your monthly prices in your paid search, and then do you have your smart, dynamic, responsive pages set up so your organics will fire? Because if you use paid search and organic together, you're going to crush it.
Well, now hold on a second. Why do you think he showed up here today? He has to learn something today. Bill, you don't have to answer that question. We love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right. Let's see. He said, that's why we are talking to Eric about it tomorrow. Boom. You're a smart man, Bill. All right. Last question comes in from Eli. I don't really know how to say your name. Mr. Duke. He says, what is your opinion on display, video ads, and retargeting today versus search?
They should all work together. First of all, love Eli, right? Great question. Put it all together because consumers are in multiple locations. It's about a synergistic marketing approach. It's about putting your offers and ads where your consumers are and where they will be. Look, retargeting display is a very cost-effective way to get traffic to your site. And what are you doing? You're using price, offers, availability, and features to stand out from the crowd. The number one thing most people forget is car dealers don't make the cars. They sell them. So understand you're selling a commodity. The way that you have to understand how to do this is you have to stand out. You stand out today with merchandising, personalization, and optimization. I'm going to say it again. The way you stand out in today's market is with merchandising, personalization, and optimization, right? Merchandise your cars, personalize your cars, and optimize it, right? That's how it works today. That's how people are looking for stuff. So Eli, you're right on. I love display. I love retargeting. It tends to be a very cost-effective way of getting your consumers to see your products and remind them when they go other places that you're there to serve their needs.
By the way, Eli wrote back and he says, thanks so much, Sean. Awesome show. Tell James to get to work on my account so we can rock this.
We feel very, very blessed. We really do. And can I say this? We don't have all the answers. We do a lot of experimenting and playing with stuff. We're very blessed to have a lot of great friends in this industry. All we're trying to do is educate people a little bit more. That's it.
Look, not for nothing, but I educate people every week, or at least I help other people educate people every week. You have been worth the wait, my friend. You put on a spectacular presentation today. Thank you so much. I hope I finally get to meet you in person sometime, Sean.
I'm gonna make sure you get mailed a shirt as well, right? And I gotta say something. You have an unbelievable. You're great at this. Your attitude, your effort, your voice, your bubbly personality, everything was a rock star. I could easily see turning on the TV soon and you're the host of one of these shows. You're a natural.
You're very kind to me, so kind. And thank you for all the nice things you said about DealerOn too. Okay, thank you. Oh my gosh, now you started. People are writing in. I love it. Sean, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much. best of luck on the new gig over at Dealer Teamwork. I think you guys are killing it. You already won an award, for Pete's sake, which is amazing.
2 of them.
I know, that's incredible. I want to remind the audience, yeah, we're recording this for you, so we're going to send you the link to download a copy of today's webinar recording. It's going to be emailed to you later today. You can also find this recording online at dealeron.com/webinar within the next 24 hours. By the way, just so you know, you are going to be able to meet Sean Stapleton and the good folks over at Dealer Teamwork at a bunch of different conventions that are upcoming. So I think we have a list of those, don't we? If you can go forward a slide or two.
Bam, here we go.
So many conventions like Digital Dealer, and I can't remember them all. There was like 4 that you had listed there, I think. So yeah,
how about that?
The Rockstar Automotive Conference, of course you're going to be there. Yes. So if you're going to be at any of these conferences, hey, make sure to check out Sean Stapleton and amazing team he has at Dealer Teamwork. Amazing. So you're not going to want to miss that. Also, I'm going to be sending out a very short survey, literally 3 questions. I want to know what you thought of today's presentation. I thought it was spectacular. But my opinion actually doesn't count in this one. I want to know what you thought. So write on in and give us your feedback. It really means a lot to us. And invitations will be, DealerOn is also going to be exhibiting and presenting at the upcoming Digital Dealer Convention. Yeah, it's in April 11th through the 13th. It's going to be in Tampa, Florida. I'm going to be there. I hope you're going to be there. We're going to be at booth 411. So stop by, say hi, and check out the incredible speaking sessions by Greg Gifford and Sean Raines. They're always so awesome. You're not going to want to miss it. Remember, it's booth 411. I'd hope to see you there. And invitations will be going out tomorrow for our next DealerOn webinar, the cutting-edge conversion strategies you should be using. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you evaluated your marketing strategy? How about your conversion strategy? If you're still using SEM tactics or conversion ideologies from just a year and a half ago, then it's pretty likely that your automotive marketing strategies are outdated. And that means it's also costing you leads, sales, and profit. No dealership can afford that. To make sure you're up to date on this important topic, we called in leading conversion expert Ron Morrison to school us all on the essentials and the game changers we should be using for maximum results. Dealers attending this eye-opening 1-hour webinar will learn updated best practices and valuable new insights about how consumers shop for vehicles today, and ways to increase internet department lead-to-sale closing ratios, and so much more. Every moment you aren't updating your marketing strategy is more leads, sales, and money you're just sending out to your competitors. It's time to get your head in the conversion game. If you're ready to learn the cutting-edge conversion strategies you should be using, don't you dare miss this presentation, so register now. And don't forget, DealerOn's weekly webinars are held Thursdays at 12 noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific. We have some incredible webinar subjects planned for this year, but if you have questions, comments, or suggestions regarding our webinars and our topics, hey, I'd love to hear them. Contact me directly. I'm on all the automotive social networks. I'm on Google+, Facebook, you name it. I'm everywhere. But you know what? You can also just email me directly at eliana@dealeron.com. Thank you all so very much for spending this time with us today. I hope to see you all on another webinar in our continuing education series. Take care.
Godspeed. Thank you.